Welcome to Leak TV, and this week I have Sketchman. How's it going, mate?
All right, mate. Thanks for having us on.
So, for those who don't know about you, could you give us a bit more information about yourself and what you do?
I think most people know me as a grime artist. Well, for those that do, as a grime artist, I started recording my music around about 2006. Doing that for 3 or 4 years on the trot, putting out projects like mixtapes each year, varying degrees of success. Had a few bits played on national radio and whatnot, and then of late, maybe the last couple of years, started learning live instruments, like namely guitar, and fusing that with it, creating a bit more of a live show, that kind of thing.
Okay, so leading on from that, apart from standing out from the crowd, what made you want to incorporate acoustics into your rap?
That's a good one, actually. I think, in reference to what you said about standing out from the crowd, it wasn't so much of a conscious thing to satisfy. I wasn't looking to sort of do something so different just for the recognition. It was just, I just felt like I had a bit more of an appreciation for the music, as opposed to, like, I don't want to stereotype, but with grime, it's often like you could be, the most lyrical MC, but sometimes it gets lost because really there's a certain crowd to do with grime, associated with grime. It's really just in it for the reaction, like the that kind of thing. So I thought, like, not only because I'm interested in the music behind like the instruments and whatnot, but also because it's a better platform just for me, because my content's quite heavy, like lyrical. So being in those more intimate settings, it's easier to get what I'm actually speaking about across, rather than just be one of the MCs that's there for the reload and whatnot.
Okay, so your most recent track is called Paramount.
Yep.
So what's that about, and how successful has that been? How's the fans reacted to it?
Actually, Paramount was written, I need to say this, I haven't really said this yet, but Paramount was written years ago as a grime tune. It was me and a producer called Mr. Noisy, and we kind of put the grime version out on a big project that we did called Breakdown. It was like 40 odd tracks. It was a free download.
Oh wow! And
at that time, the track had a meaning. Like, I was just in the studio, in his studio, just trying to write the best lyric, so the most important Paramount lyric. So as you listen to the verses, you'll hear like different bars related, alluding to like superior and the best kind of lyric you can write.
Yeah.
Also, there's like a slang term, like a colloquialism, like we say sometimes peak, when something like an item of severity is either really great or really bad. You might say, oh, that's peak. Paramount is the next level of peak.
Oh, right.
So like those kind of things, and it's kind of taken on a bit more of a meaning when I've brought Chloe along and we've done this new kind of version of the track.
Lyrical brilliance can pillage and kill a village of civilians. Similes upon millions, scratch that already written in search of a synonym. Lyrical excellence, when I eat and I count MCs in my excrement, does that mean that I just spit in an MC that feeds off me?
Is there an album on the way?
Yeah, the album's done. So this time around we recorded all the bits and pieces in my room, and then I took it back to Danny C's AIM studio, and we mixed and mastered it all. It's all finished, but we're just trying to create a bit more of a better strategy with it. So it's there ready and waiting, but we're trying to drip feed it in singles until the interest is a bit more up and the profile's risen a little bit. So we're just moving it.
Do you have a goal for next year at all? Do you have like something to aim for?
Well, the next thing on my agenda really is, aside from preserving the interest in Paramount, is just focusing on a strategy for the next single. So that means a video, PR campaign, all that kind of stuff. So the next big thing to sink my teeth into will be the music video for the next single.
Can we have any information about the next single, or is that going to be a bit of a secret right now?
So I don't know. The way that singles work is that naturally you do want the more people. You want it to be viable for as many different platforms as possible, for it to be as wide-reaching as possible. But you don't really want to change what you do because it's kind of diluting yourself. So the best thing you can really do is just make as many tunes that you feel that you really like as possible, and then from them, then you can decide which of those you haven't had to dilute yourself for could be more like commercially viable or more viable for each platform. So I've got one or two in mind, you know, like I've played bits and pieces live, engaged the reaction from the crowd, and had different like opinions from different people. So I've got a fair idea of what I'm going to put out next year.
Do you have any gigs that people can go and see? Are they coming up soon next year at all, or end of the year?
So for Paramount, I did play like a bunch of gigs. We advertised it as a bit of a tour and all that kind of thing. And then now I'm just kind of keeping it maybe 1 or 2 a month. So I just played one at Vauxhall at Tamisis Dock, and the next one I think is going to be in December. It's supposed to be at the Clapham Grand, which is a bit of a bigger venue than I've been used to playing, but should be good, hopefully.
Okay, so thank you for coming on.
Thanks a lot for having me.
No worries.
Big up Blick TV.
Me like it was gets written. Perfection when you're writing another line, but you're tripping on the previous question. Genius. I'm sick, but I never sneeze, but I'm blessed, meaning I'm suggesting a flawless victory. I thought I'd done it all, but I wanna add more to my history before I die. If your guys fly, here's a Concorde, airboards for the gifted. G Paramount. You them stacking out in a pistol, sipping on a dragon stout with a faggot in a horror scene. And if it wasn't me dropping bombs on them anyway, every day Chloe Grace was gotta be.